It's in Gunther's bag, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna ask Gunther if I can borrow his bag real quick to get the.
Or I can just get it out for you.
He's like, "Don't touch it."
Just ask and you shall receive.
I know, but I asked if I can get the dragon hideout from your bag. Okay, and I put it on the. I put it on the table and just say, yeah. So we got this dragon hide not that long ago, and I was wondering if you could make a light scale mail armor for me, and if you have any leftovers, like if you have any extra material to work with, if you could possibly make a suit of armor for my dog.
She's looking down at this like essentially just like skinned dragon, and she's like, "So you just came upon this, did you?"
Well, it's
it attacked us first.
Yep, it started it, and Faye here almost destroyed it in one hit.
I think you mean I just blew its fucking head off.
Yeah, but I hit it with like. I'm sorry, but did you do 90 points of damage?
What the hell is 90? What the hell does 90 points of damage mean?
Character. I wasn't saying that in character.
Like, on a scale of 1 to 163, about 90.
But yeah, it's just all like, sorry, but did you blow a big fucking hole in it with one arrow?
Did Faye drop an F-bomb?
You keep saying that, but I was the one taking the hits.
I don't think blowing a hole in its side.
Arguing about who like killed this dragon.
I almost carried it off.
I don't think blowing a hole in its side means much when I blew its head up.
Yeah, but you know what? You probably wouldn't have been able to blow its head off if I wouldn't shot that arrow. Now would you?
How does that make any sense?
I don't know, but like, you know, there was a big hole in it, and it was pretty weak by the time you killed it, so.
Listen, it was anything but wig. I felt it.
What the fuck did a lot of you get up to?
It's okay, let's just agree it was team effort. Which it actually was.
Fine.
Everyone just has their arms crossed, like,
Except Gunther, because he's just like, yeah. Everyone worked on it.
I imagine that Lazara and Faye are both doing that thing where they just like have their arms crossed and looking away from each other, pouting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much. Listen, I was like, I'm the one who killed the dragon. I'm like, excuse you. I weakened it. You uncultured swine.
Gunther basically just tells Glenn that's, yeah, it was a team effort. Don't worry about it.
Fucking Simone and Ares in the back just like...
Alrighty then.
I also have a thing to ask for, but I'll wait till after.
So scale mail armor, is it?
Yeah, light one for me, and if you have any extra material for my dog here, because he's been taking quite a few hits.
And she says, grab hold of this for me, and she gives you like part of the edge of the skin, and you grab the edge of the hide, and she just sort of like drapes it over the top of you, and it just like completely engulfs you.
Oh god!
And then some, and she's like,
no.
She's like, I think we should have enough for you and then some. Yes.
She sounds so concerned still.
Pulls it back off. Pulls it back off of you, and thankfully it's been in the bag long enough to kind of like not be wet anymore. But that being said, it was like she just threw a scab onto your body, like a full body scab onto you.
I throw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It smells awful under there as well.
Oh god.
like you're immediately reminded of the horror that
What's Pip's
Croc has to go through.
Oh no! I mean, I did give him
by
50
now.
gold.
By this point, yes, but by now, at this point, the little spell that Eris gave him will have worn off, and the scent will have returned.
No. Poor guy.
So,
and Croc will cry.
And Pip
Angry
has
Croc
probably yeah, angry Croc in the distance. Yeah, Pip has probably left town by now just for a quick little vacation.
He gets back and like we get back when
totally
Pip gets
unrelated.
back and he has like a fucking black eye when we see him.
Broken jaw.
Don't worry about it.
So she says, I can fancy. I fancy making some scale armor from a dragon eye. That should be a bit of fun. I can get this ready in a few days or so. I'm sure I can remember all your measurements, as opposed to your dog. I mean, I'll probably have to measure that. I've never made anything like this before. I like a challenge. And
I'm gonna pick up Moro and I'm gonna place him on the desk for her. Just plops my dog on the desk.
Baby.
And she kind of does the whole like thinking emoji sort of face. Gives him a couple of measurements, like just sort of holds his like paw, like his arm outstretched, and then like holds out his tail, holds up his another one of his legs, and he's just kind of standing there and letting it all happen. He's like, whatever, man.
He's such a good dog.
He is. And
So
she tries to like get a measure of his face, and like he's like panting and he's got his tongue out, and then she like closes his jaw shut and he just kind of goes like like sits still, and then she measures his head, lets go, and then the tongue comes back out again and he's back to panting. Yeah. She gives him a good little pat. And she says, I'm sure I can figure something out.
Great. So here's the thing, though. We are pretty much leaving pretty much almost immediately, either tonight or tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So I will be in Baskir. Is there any way you can send that to the scabbard in Baskir for me?
You just got here. What, have you got another cult to destroy? Do your people never sleep?
I mean, we could, but we're sort of in a rush right now.
Lazira has the most dead serious look on her face and says, "I don't sleep. I run purely on my anger."
Which is quite a lot, apparently.
It fuels me.
And Faye also doesn't really sleep because like that's like an elf thing, I guess. I don't know.
We get 4 hours of like meditation.
Lissara doesn't sleep, Lissara waits.
Yeah. Like Chuck Norris.
Yep. Can't believe we made a joke about Chuck Norris in this day and age.
Oh my god.
I mean, listen, it's D&D. There's going to be a Chuck Norris joke in every campaign.
It's the law.
And all honestly, though, whenever I say that, I really do mean Chuck Norris.
Anyways, yeah, if you could just have that sent over to Baskir for me, that'd be great. And I'll just
I am sure I can.
All right.
Excellent. I'll have it delivered to the palace, however, and just give them instructions to give it to you. Just because that's the only place I know where to send it to up there. I've never sent anything anywhere else up there, so.
Sounds good. Sounds, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be staying at the palace anyway, so.
Hopefully get the package.
He's all like, he gets a package, it's just like fucking scale mail, and he's like, the fuck is this?
It's like labeled that's for Faye.
He's like, why am I getting Faye's mail?
It's like when I purchase stuff on AmiAmi and have it sent off to my mom's place.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Mom's just like, you order too much stuff.
But anyways, how much is she gonna be asking for this?
She kind of thinks for a bit. She's kind of give me a moment. And she walks back
That's never a good sign.
Around the desk, and she pulls out some of her books. Like you can see like she has like a ledger of like all of her transactions and all that kind of stuff. Like any savvy business owner, Gunther's all about it. And she's just kind of looking through it all, and you can see her just sort of shaking her head back and forth, like no. And she's flipping through the pages, and she looks like she finds something that's like pretty close, and then looks at you guys, and you can see her doing a bit of math in her head. And she's like, oh. For your armor, and for the armor for the dog, we'll say 80 gold. All of it all up.
80?
That's really cheap.
Yeah. I was expecting at least 100.
I mean, if you feel like paying me, oh, okay.
I didn't say that in character.
It's a it's friends and family discount. Aye.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
That's nice.
I'm gonna like throw in maybe an additional 5 gold just because she did offer that.
So awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because she's awesome.
All right. So you chuck her the 85 gold, and she's very thankful, and she rings a little bell, apparently.
That's my phone, sorry. My phone got an email.
But
Glenn has a bell now. Roll with it.
It's part of the canon now.
Whenever she gets a tip, she rings the bell.
Oh my god.
It's like a dwarf thing. It's fine.
But
it's a dwarf thing.
So yeah, I thank her, and then I'll ask if anyone else has anything to do here.
I do.
All right.
And I asked Glenn. So I was wondering, but would you be?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I sent the knights with guns earlier. It was pretty great. But yeah, I was gonna say. I was just wondering. Would you be able to make something that could either fly or glide with these, and I just pull out the dragon wings out of my bag?
How many of these things did you kill?
Only one, but
we
didn't leave anything.
I can fucking see that. Yeah.
Would you like some jerky?
She's. I'm good, thank you.
No problem. Sorry for asking.
She's just kind of looking over these wings. She goes, something that can fly.
Or glide.
More like glide, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You see her sort of like grab the edge of the wings and kind of push against like the muscle fiber in them, and kind of compact the wings down as much as she can. And you see her just sort of think for a bit, and she lets it go, and they kind of spring out. And she goes, and she gets some rope and then ties it around the edge of the wings and compacts them down. And she goes, I am sure I can figure something out.
Oh, that'd be
worst comes to
fantastic.
worst comes to worst, I'll just ask some of the gnomes in the southeast to give me a hand with it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I thought of, well, that's not in character, I'm saying that, but yeah, I thought about it after we left, like, oh, I should have asked when we were there.
Oh,
yeah. They're pretty good mechanical engineers down there.
And then I realized what I did because I was so dead set on asking Glenn about it, I forgot.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's alright, it happens.
Anyway, she goes,
Yes.
I'll figure out something. As
Perfect.
per the price, let's say 100 gold, just in case I need to employ them for their help.
That's totally fine.
And then if I can do it myself and I don't need to employ them, I'll give you back your change.
It is perfectly fine.
Good.
Like,
She
Give the money.
Gives you a handshake to seal the deal. Takes your money.
Yep.
And she takes the wings off you, and she says, "Well, is there any other dragon bits you feel to give me to do something with?"
Oh, just this dragon head. I'm kidding.
We don't have the head.
Zyra fucking obliterated it.
And like Glenn's like, oh, it's such a shame because you would have been able to make such a great like headdress.
A helmet?
That. Like,
Sick.
Everyone like side eyes Lysira.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there are plenty more dragons you get the opportunity to kill.
Oh, maybe.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
Pretty sure we made jerky.
We should ask her if she wants some.
I already did, and she said no thanks.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, we're just like, also, would you like some jerky?
Oh my god.
And she was like, no.
It must have cut out or something.
So, was there anything else that anyone here wanted to ask of Glenn while you've got her?
Not right now, but eventually I do need made.
I'm not going to specifically ask, but I might just like. No, they're not going to have it here. I was going to just ask if like Lysira saw anything like a holster around here.
A holster?
Like for a gun?
They have some that they use for crossbows, like a harness you put on your back, but it would be fairly easy to make one that would attach to a belt, yeah. Just with a clip and some leather. That'd be pretty easy to do. If that's where you planned on keeping it.
Oh, yeah, but if in that case, if she doesn't see one here, Lysira's just gonna wait till we get to Vaskir.
Okay.
I'd rather find like a leather worker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Easy. No worries. Okay. So if everyone's business in Reprive is concluded, are you going to stay the night at the inn here, or?
What time is it?
Might as well.
Yeah,
it's like mid-afternoon right now. Like 3 or 4 p.m. Like you still have a couple hours left in the day before nightfall.
We could take a breather.
So
have a drink.
Do you guys want to go get ice cream?
I would love ice cream.
That is good.
It's like really quietly, like just raises her hand. I would like that very much.
That would be very good.
She's had such a rough day. She's like, ice cream sounds really nice.
Yay!
Not too bad. Oh.
Lysira, like we finally get like ice cream, and Lysira just knocks it out of her hand.
I can have ice cream. I'm lactose intolerant. No, that's just me. Gunther isn't.
Gunther is fine.
Yeah, Gunther is fine. That's just me who's lactose intolerant.
So are we getting ice cream?
Yes.
Do they even have that here?
Yeah, this
I
is
believe it was in.
Yeah, that's where she took the print.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, this iced cream that they have. +1 cream of ice. So you are you guys actually going for ice cream, or because that is still open?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We're
Okay.
dead serious.
You guys head down that way, and you find this guy's pen that he has, like at the back of his store. He's got some cows hanging around, and that sort of backs onto a mechanism at the back of the store by which he can milk them and freeze it and etc. And at the front of the store, he's just kind of there and waiting. You see him like he's just served some children that have run off into the town.
Oh.
And you guys approach, and he outstretches his arms. He's like, "Oh, welcome. What What can I do for you guys? You're the heroes that came through and saved us from those scamming little halflings at one time, huh?
That would be us.
I didn't recognize you that first time you came through with your boyfriend. That was I didn't recognize you. I certainly do now.
Lazara's face goes from a scowl to a grin almost immediately.
There's like, it just rolls her eyes and then sighs. Right.
Lazara's like, I don't want ice cream anymore. I'm not Lazara, I meant Diana. Diana's like, I don't want ice cream anymore, guys. Let's just go.
The mood is ruined.
I was having a good time.
Like, why'd you ruin it?
You're a dirty ruiner.
It's like, it was not a date.
At least she didn't think it was.
You turn around and you can see that there's actually... You turn around, you can actually see that, like, on a nearby bench there is a couple that are eating ice cream, and they're just kind of like looking at you with a little bit of concern because they thought you were talking about them, who are very clearly on a date.
Oh.
Eating ice cream, and the guy's just kind of like, I mean, it seemed like a date to me. Are you sure it wasn't a date?
Jesus.
It's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Diana's all like, I just want to go. You know what? Fuck you. I'm never coming back here again. Goes on Yelp, writes a bad review.
He kind of leans over to Lazira and he's like, did it end kind of badly between them? Like, did they break up? Like, what happened?
Lazira leans in and says, oh, he kissed her without warning.
Ah, fair enough, I guess. And he
consent is everything.
He starts preparing these ice creams. Like, he pulls like this wooden lever, and like the frozen cream comes out into the cone and hands it across to you guys. Free one for all of you. And
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
For all the heroes of the town from before. And he hands on to Simon and to Eris, and he goes, "That'll be 4 gold."
Oh right, what are they saying to all of it? Oh yeah, free stuff for the heroes and also dates.
Oh yeah, Simon is like, he looks fucking livid. Like, he's
Oh my god.
he's got like that same sort of like frowny pouty scowl on his face. And the guy like just hands him the ice cream, and Simon like grabs it in his hand, like he engulfs the guy's whole hand and just like pulls the ice cream free, like crushes it in his hand and just consumes it and like slaps his gold onto the counter.
Oh my god.
And just all of this happening in one fluid motion, and then he just turns toward Diana and the rest of the party. Eris is happily just sort of licking her cone.
Lazara grins at Simone and says, "So, you want to hear about the time I beat a bunch of carnies to a bloody pulp?"
Pretty sure that was a group effort as well.
You can see him like,
meeting, but like we can't like did that.
Well, I was referring to after we had already exposed them, and like.
Oh, okay.
Lazira was the only party member that took part in that part.
Yeah, and she's the one that just went along and was like, "Woohoo, lynching!" Like, she was just like down for it.
I was gonna say, Lazira just suddenly all was like, "Nope, there's no I. Like, there's only I and team, and you guys are all just like nuts. I do all the work."
I mean, you guys did capture them. Lazira was part of the group that beat them to a bloody pulp. You guys were not.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
Who's the one that shots one of the...
Simon is trying to currently like compact down this rage that's bubbling. And he goes, "I do want to hear about that." Like, you can see, like, and feel the pressure in his voice as he's like pushing this down. He's trying to be like good and polite. Like his fists are balled up, and he's just like gritting his teeth. He's trying to be good so bad. He said, "Tell me about how you beat up these carnies."
Lazara is having a hard time trying to hide that she's actually getting a kick out of his reaction, and just starts explaining the entire event.
And it's after a little. I'll get you to roll a persuasion check real quick, actually. Okay, so after a while, you of getting like deep into the story, you can see Simon's like fury just kind of surpass, like just passing by and getting pushed down, and as he gets more engaged with your story of how you kicked the shit out of these halflings. And as you're explaining this couple that are on their date, just like the color is like washing from their faces, and they're like carefully standing up and walking away with their ice cream.
Oh my god.
And the guy working behind the counter is just kind of like awkwardly like wrapping his fingers on the just tapping away on the counter, just nervously. As you go into great detail about how you and some of the other gang members lynched the shit out of these two halflings. And
like he knew
time
about
passes.
it, but he didn't know the details.
About the lynching?
Like, he knew, but he just didn't know the details.
The ice cream guy?
Yeah.
Lazira, you recognize him. He was part of the group. He's just like concerned that you're gonna like throw names, you know what I mean? Like a good few people were involved in something incredibly illegal, and he's just like, "What is this woman doing?" Hello.
Well,
it's very public.
Well, the good news for him is Lazira probably doesn't even know any of their names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he's still like, he looks like mighty concerned, like he's just like watching and sweating.
Oh my god.
You can see, like, as you're explaining the story, like, Eris is standing there, sort of next to, like, Faye and Gunther, and she's like, "This ice cream stuff is so good." And she's just kind of, like, looking away, kind of enjoying it.
It's worth noting
strawberry.
And it's worth noting that while this guy is very concerned, Lazira is saying all of this as if she thinks she didn't even do anything wrong.
Yeah, like that's what is mostly concerning, like, with this guy. Like he's like just sweating bullets because he's just like, how is she saying this so casually, like in an open environment? Like there are people around. Like, what are you doing? Like,
they're like, don't worry about it.
That's party is like big mood. Yeah.
Don't
you're
worry.
just like, whatever, man. They deserved it. It's fine. But yeah, so you guys hang out with your ice creams. Simon finished his way too quickly, way too early, so he got a little bit of a brain freeze, and now he's upset because he doesn't have one.
He's a child. We have Lazira throwing a temper tantrum because she couldn't get to go where she wanted to go. Like fucking Simone is like throwing a temper tantrum because of like a date, and then like Di going on a date, and then ate an ice cream and gave himself a brain freeze. What else?
Next time, Gunther's gonna be the upset one because he's lost his first gold coin.
And he just like sits in the inn like with his arms crossed and just like pouting and like just kicking the table.
Stop kicking the table. I was like, no. I don't wanna. So
you took me first gold coin.
So, what would you guys like to do in Reprive with the rest of your day here? Just hanging out eating ice creams, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Do they have a library?
There is, yeah. That was the first one you guys visited, I believe, was the library here in Reprive. Isn't that where Gunther was like studying to learn his draconic and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that one here.
Isn't that also where there's like that one lady that asked us to deliver the finger?
The one I got confused with over in Passage, and I was like, yo! And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that lady's here.
In
the library.
I probably would just stick around a bit. And after a while,
there was also the hag in the woods, in the Duskwood.
Yeah, I remember.
Right.
The fortune-telling one? Yeah.
I don't need her. I was gonna say, if anything, I'll stick around for a bit, and after a while, I'll just tell everyone I'm gonna go off to the library to do some studying.
Okay.
Lazara's gonna go drink.
Alrighty.
Before we leave, like Diana's just going to like approach the ice cream guy again and just whisper to him, "Did it really look like a date?"
Did he look like he liked me?
He leans down and he's like, "Yeah, I'm still pretty convinced that it was one, to be totally honest." You guys were sitting on that very bench just over there that those two were sitting on and just chatting away and eating your ice cream together. It looked pretty cute and innocent to me.
There's like,
I just like,
thinking emoji. Fair enough.
Also, Gunther's probably just gonna join whoever's at the bar later when he's done.
Alrighty. So, Lazara's going drinking.
Yes.
Gunther is going studying and then going to the inn. And what? Diana went and approached the guy. What's Faye doing?
That's a good question, because I don't need to go to the library. Lazara probably doesn't want to be anywhere near me. What the fuck do I do? Everyone hates me.
I mean, it's not like there's only one table at the tavern.
No, but I'm just all like, shit, like, I'm just expecting Lazara to come up and just like pour her fucking drink all over her head. Like some sort of like schoolyard bully.
Oh, come on, Lazara's not a bully.
Not tall folks.
Doubt.
Hold on.
Just ignore that +9 to intimidation.
Yeah, not even there. Don't even worry about it.
I'm not quite sure on that. I'll just kind of roam around until like everyone else is like at the end for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be like alone with Lazara at the moment. She's like, yep, she just needs her space. Nope.
You just kind of hang out with Mora, wandering around. Yeah.
Wandering around.
What's Di doing after she's done with her little chat with the ice cream man?
Yeah, right. She asks him that, and she's just like thinking about it really hard.
She's thinking for like hours. She's just sitting there for like hours about it, and then she meets up with everyone at the bar.
She's just kind of like, what if it was a date?
Oh my god! Is that why he kissed me? God, did I lead him on?
And just talking to the ice cream guy.
Oh, actually, there actually is something I will, I actually wanted to do. I was just wondering, like, so, like, is there somewhere where I can, like, possibly pick up like a wood, like was it a? Like, I have to look up my notes and everything. Oh, woodworking, like a woodworking kit and everything.
Oh,
get a book, I think.
Like a chisel and like the actual.
I need a kit.
You need a kit,
and then because I don't have it, and I think
like,
I was trying to think of like stuff I could do with my downtime, and like Kay was like trying to help me out with that stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, woodworking,
like wood carvers kind of tools, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, yeah, you can get those. Pretty much from a general store, you can get that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I'll just head over to the general store, and then I think if that doesn't take a lot of time, I'll just head over to the library and see if I can maybe kind of find like a book on like woodworking for dummies, like the basics and everything like that.
Yep, the basic bitch guide. Gotcha. All right, so you All right, so you head down to the store, the general store, and find. You do happen to find one of these kits, and it comes with sort of like little saws and chisels and tiny hammer, that kind of stuff to do like some of the finer things and details and stuff. It comes in like a leather-bound sort of kit in a way. These wood carvers tools cost you about a gold piece to get the set.
Just one?
They're not like super fancy or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that and everything.
Yeah. They're not like, alchemist supplies or anything like that.
No.
It's just like, some basic little tools.
Yeah.
Wood carving.
What's that sound?
What? Oh, I was plugging.
It sounded like someone like wrestling with a microphone.
I was plugging in my cable because my headset beeped.
Okay, and then I need to add this to my inventory. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Okay, here we go. It's a woodworking kit or wood carving kit?
Wood carver's tools. Here, I'll actually set it up in your character sheet.
Thank you. Yeah.
You can do here. Once you're done with writing it in your stuff.
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll switch it back over to.
Okay. So I just put just a basic thing, and I'll put in the essentials later. Okay.
Okay.
It's at the very bottom. It would be in the bio, and it's at the very bottom. It's the last one, under treasures.
Okay. Let me just quickly do the thing here. Okay. So you can now use it as like a tool thing on the left side of your sheet under your skills on your core sheet.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing for woodcarver's tools, so whenever you want to make the roll to use them, you just click that, and it'll do it like doing a normal skill. But yeah, if you want to go and spend some time studying, you can do that down at the library. And so we'll follow Faye over to the library, where she will find a Gunther who is also studying stuffs.
Nerds.
So Faye, you're able to find a woodworking guide, like a real basic one, pretty easily. There are some that are like, hey, like paint along with me, kind of, guides of like, hey, here's a guide to how to build this thing, and then you just follow the steps that they follow through, like a Lego instruction manual. But then there are some that are like
IKEA manual.
Yeah, there are some that are like more basic, general sense instructions and how to properly use the tools, how to safely use them, how blah 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 blah. So you find one of those and you start studying. Gunther, what are you studying there at the library?
The same as usual. Gonna do
your
the
runes?
Yep, gonna study runes and stuff.
Alrighty. Alright, so I'll get an intelligence check from each of you.
All right.
Ooh,
Ooh, wow! Finally,
finally, I got something higher than. Finally, I got something higher than 15.
Bless.
Oh, why did I do intelligence
Oh, wow.
save?
It's alright, you just remove the modifier.
It's the exact same thing.
The exact same roll.
It's
That's
fate.
amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same roll.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
We were fated by
Alrighty.
this.
Alright, so let me quickly check on Gunther's piggity page. Alright. So you Gunther, as you read through these notes and start to make a little more sense of it all after all of this time you've spent studying, you start to get a bit of a better feel for how they inscribe these runes on the walls, what different ones mean, how to identify them, and the kind of practical use of them as opposed to just setting like a normal trap or this, that, the other. They have all kinds of different magical uses for all kinds of different runes, and you can see how this might be a useful resource to know. So being able to identify one versus the other, like, hey, is this rune as I pass by it going to spray me with a pretty perfume, or is it going to blow my fucking shins off? Like, it's nice to know.
Oh my god.
You know, so it's funnily enough, the difference between those two is just a little bit of a mark. Like, it's pretty easy to mix those up. So it's good to like properly study them and know. And you start to form like a reference guide in your head about how to use these things. There's probably some way of like, if you copy down enough of these books into like a journal or something that you bring with you, you could probably form like your own actual reference guide for runes and which ones mean what and what.
Yeah, actually, I would like to do something similar to that. I would just need to go purchase a new book, a new blank book for that, just because the one I use is journal.
You can buy journals, like empty journals, like leather-bound books and stuff here at the library. Like, that's a service that they offer, is you can buy these things here.
I want to do that.
All right. How many do you want?
How big are they? And how many pages do they have?
Just your average journal. Pretty similar to the one that you had there, the little pocket book that you've got with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty similar in size to that one.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just take one, and if I need another one, I'll just buy a new one.
Okay. You have your empty book with which you can inscribe whatever you wish.
Excellent.
And
how much is that?
Faye, that one they'll sell to you for about 5 gold pieces.
Awesome.
It's pretty easy for them to craft these things. Faye, as you are reading through your woodworking guides for dummies, that sort of thing, you get a much better idea of how to properly use these tools in a safe way that you're not going to, like, you know, go carving away. Yeah, go carving away and then send the chisel like into the side of your hand, you know, between your thumb and index finger, which is a pretty. They have diagrams of how that's a pretty common place to end up shoving the thing.
Ouch.
And they're not wrong. I've seen it happen. So yeah, you it's a decent guide and teaches you how to properly use all the tools, why this one's used for this and why that one's used for that, you know. And yeah.
Nice.
So you gain a little bit of a bonus to whenever you use those tools.
Nice.
So while you guys are studying here, cut to Lazira at the inn, where as you walk in, you are immediately recognized, and everybody in there raises their mugs of ale to you. And a couple of them that are sort of like the rough as guts minor types are sitting around one of the tables, and they all sort of scooch over and make a seat for you. But then there are some at the other end of the bar that sort of scooch over and make some room for you. Like, everyone wants you to sit with them.
Sarah really is a popular girl.
Yeah, everyone's friends here because you recognize that most of them were with you during the thing. Just like friends, please don't turn us.
Oh my god.
Lazara kind of smiles and waves at all of them, but she ends up not really feeling like sitting with a bunch of people right now. So she just kind of finds a place that has enough spaces open that the party or Simone and Eris can join her if they decide to show up to the.
Okay. So you find an open table. That's kind of away from all the hustle and bustle of the rest of the tavern, and you find yourself a nice spot to sit down and get comfortable. And the innkeep brings over a beer and just leaves it on the table there for you and walks away. He never asked for any gold or anything. Yeah. So yeah, you get comfortable. As this is going on, Diana, you are with Simon and Eris.
Mm-hmm.
And are you just sort of like wandering about the town? Like what were you doing again?
Like probably at this point, yes. Like after Diana had like this weird ass conversation with the ice cream guy, like just had a bit of an existential crisis in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, what if it was a date? Started going on about that for a little while, and then she thanks him for the ice cream and just goes off with more areas. Yeah, probably just walking around.
Okay, so you're sort of like walking around together, and Eris is getting real buddy and cushy with you. Sort of standing there behind you with that sort of cheeky I know things grin that she loves so much. She's like, so it was a date, huh? And Simon is like kind of there on the other side of like her, like from where Diana is, and you can see him just like you see like a muscle just kind of twitch in his neck.
Eris, why are you like this?
She's like,
oh my god.
It's like it wasn't meant to be. I was just trying to get him away from the guards so we could try and catch the shifter. That's all it was. I don't know if he thought it was something else, but
she's just like, just trying to get him away from the guards and stuff. Trying to get him all on his own. I see.
Damn it.
That's a wise play. It's a wise play. Good choice.
I hate this.
Yeah, she can see Simon just kind of like mumbling to himself, so she just kind of drops the subject for now and wanders around with you until it's late. Just kind of patting him like on the arm soothingly.
God damn it.
It seems that they're all dealing with it in their own way.
Yeah. By the way, did we agree to spend the night, or are we
yes, I believe we did.
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, then,
I mean, if
yeah.
we're drinking, I'm assuming we're staying the night.
Yeah, okay. I think at this point.
I mean,
I think it would be safer to stay the night here than just camp out again.
Yeah, I think at this point.
Plus, you get like an actual bed. You know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some of us would like a bed.
Yeah. Eris and
Eris.
Oh god.
I think at this point we should go and join Lasara at the.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, after studying, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, that's probably what I was gonna do too.
All right. So while everyone's sort of finishing up their work and heading over toward the tavern, is there anything that Lazara wants to do at the tavern, like on her own, before anyone gets there?
Probably not. She's just gonna drink.
All right, fair enough. Starts drinking away. Not gonna just miss an opportunity to set up magical whoopee cushions on the seats for her allies, but you know, we'll learn. So everyone arrives and we all sit around the table and get nice and comfortable. The tavern owner comes by and brings everyone drinks, and he kind of like leans down beside Gunther and he goes, "So I've sold out of that wine that you brought me last time.
I believe.
Is there any chance you might bring some more back my way, or?"
I believe I may have one last barrel on me, and it's not impossible that I'll get some more later.
Where do you get it from?
Trade secret.
Fair enough. Well, if you feel like selling a barrel to me, I'd be more than happy to purchase one or two.
I currently only have one, so that would be the only one I could sell. And I would.
How much are you selling it for?
How much did I sell it for last time? I need to check my notes.
It was quite a bit, I remember.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have it? You'll have it written down, I'm sure, because it was a substantial amount.
Yes, I'm sure I wrote
It's
it.
in your
Oh yes,
early
okay.
notes.
Yeah, 700 each.
700? Was that really the price?
That's
No,
what
I think that would have been like a fee.
Let me take a screen cap of the notes really quick.
That has to be wrong. I don't remember us getting that kind of money.
I kind of do, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, it was pretty expensive.
So I don't mind sharing these notes here.
Really? Wow.
A successful sale.
That's an
Good.
exclamation point.
But the base price I was selling them for was 800.
Fuck, and he haggled down, didn't he?
He haggled down for two for 700 each.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember us having like a lot of gold at one point. I really do remember him like selling 2 barrels of wine, and we got like a fuck ton of gold at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Yep.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's okay. I can just. He's an acquaintance. I can sell it for less, if anything.
He's like, I can afford 500 a barrel.
Yeah, 500 would work fine for me.
Oh, good. And he heads back to the back storeroom of the inn and comes back with a little lockbox. And he removes a bag of gold from it, puts the lockbox away, and is ready to trade. He's like, do you have it here with you? Or...
Yes, actually, hold on. And then I just get up and take the barrel out of my bag of holding.
Okay.
And,
so you
there it
just
is.
remove this barrel and slam it on the floor, and everyone else around in the tavern, you can hear like sort of the burp of like wooden chairs like squeaking against the wooden floors. They all turn around and look at what that was. This giant barrel. You can see eyes glued to it, like it was the giant barrel, and
like,
they know it's from you, and they can see him paying big money for it. Like they know.
No.
Yep. So he
They're all
slips you
excited.
he slips you the 500 gold, and then he starts rolling the barrel around everyone toward the backside of the bar, and you watch all the heads are on like a swivel as all of them watch him roll this barrel across the bar behind it. And then, like, at least one person from every table, like, stands up like the Manchurian Candidate and just fucking walks over toward the bar like they're brainwashed. Just, like, goes to buy some wine.
You're ready for this.
Oh my God. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Lazara just has this look on her face, like, what is even my life anymore?
Same.
It's okay. At least we made some money.
Yeah, I mean...
And, well, obviously I'll share this money among us, because we all made an effort for those barrels.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
I like how I put in faces on those barrels. But, honestly, if I get more barrels, even if they fit in the bag of holding, I'm still gonna share.
I mean, we didn't find them all together, so that...
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, so.
I was talking about the rolling them up in the cart.
So that's 125 each?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that checks out. So, you guys are here for the night. Is there anything you would like to do at the inn tonight?
I think we're all just drinking.
Is there
Well,
some
I am.
gambling?
Yes, there is.
Oh god. Please.
There absolutely is.
I would like to play some gambling game.
Alright. So they're playing just some usual card games, like pretty much the same stuff that they were playing last time you came in here, when you came through town and just fucking rolled them for everything they had.
We have a good rep here. Please don't fuck it up.
It's okay, it's not like I cheat.
Well, I mean...
Well, you do. So they...
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's not like I cheat. Yeah, you do. Yeah, but they don't know that. Like, it's fine. They don't know when hurt them. So,
they probably
as
guessed
you're joining them and playing their poker and stuff that they're playing, you are dealt some pretty crap hands, but with what you have, you can probably do some sleight of hand to kind of, well, lean things more in your favor. Oh boy.
Oh.
No, you can't.
Ouch.
Right.
I'll, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Give me just a moment.
We all look
Oh, no.
away like he's not with us.
So, you guys, you kind of like sneakily swap a card like out of your sleeve, and you see one guy like look over at you, and like he looks down at your cards,
Oh
and
my
looks back up at you, and you can just like you're just sweating there because you can feel him looking at you. But then he kind of just like looks away and continues playing.
Oh my god.
Like he thought he saw it, but he's like, I've just been drinking. You know, it was really fucking close.
Oh.
Jesus, please.
I almost got my fingers broken.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly, if I had failed like completely, I would have just offered the next 2 rounds on me.
So you're you're playing, and there's one other guy across the table from you, half-elven guy, who's playing just as well as you are, and he's doing really well. And I'll get a perception check from you.
Yes.
Ouch.
The roll's on the wrong side. Please switch.
Wrong side.
Please no. But yeah, he's doing really well, and you can see like he's kind of looking at everyone, just sort of reading their tells, and he's just playing really, really well. So it's really hard to win much gold. You do walk away with about a 10 gold profit, but that's about all you walk away with because that guy was also winning really well, playing really hard, and he was taking just as much of the profits as you were.
When he's by himself, I might want to ask him a question.
Mm-hmm. After a while, it ends up being just sort of like showdown head to head, sort of like you against him. And he says, "Well, I'm pretty happy to pack it away if you wanna call it a night." And
that would be good.
Okay, we can take what winnings we have, and
I was actually wondering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to teach me how to play? Like better?
Oh, okay. You had me concerned.
No worries, no. I know how to play.
Can you teach me how to play? I don't know how this game works. Like, what the fuck? You just beat all these people.
Like, at this point, it's literally just dumb luck.
Yeah.
He's just a savant. Just really good at it.
Gunther accidentally uses vicious mockery.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I can teach you any tricks to make you any better, but I mean, you know how the game works. You just kind of gotta read people and see if they have anything decent, and if it seems like they do, then you don't try and beat them. You gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. God damn it.
Sounds like good advice. And I'm like, I'm just like, from what he's saying, I'm like, oh, he's not the cheater. I'm the dirty cheater.
Roll an insight check.
Yes.
He is cheating.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Like he's using some kind of method that's real sneaky, but he's cheating 100%.
Yeah,
like he doesn't know enough about the game and like the background mechanics and reading people and that kind of stuff that he's talking about. You can tell that he's talking shit. Like it's rubbish.
He's just like me.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, no, totally. You just employ a couple of sneaky tricks and you've got
He's
cheating. Absolutely.
Basically, the
you
same
don't know
way
how.
I do. It's just that.
Is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not gonna call him out on that because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to play against you another time if possible.
He shakes your hand. He says, I sure wouldn't.
Wow.
This guy.
Well, we'll see about that.
Indeed. And he sort of pats you on the shoulder and walks past you and walks outside.
You didn't even get his name.
It is true. I missed out on that.
I'm sure we'll see this guy again.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna be in somewhere cheating.
Yeah, eventually.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'll just go sit back with my group.
Okay. It's worth noting though, as he leaves, you turn around to sort of collect your winnings and pack everything away. The winnings are gone.
Wow!
Oh. Okay, I see how this is.
Gunther meets his rival.
I'll have to find the guy.
You remember what he looked like?
Now.
He was a.
I think your microphone cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say.